Hey everyone, welcome back to Champion the Passion, a weekly pro wrestling podcast where we inspire you to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. I'm your host, my name is Victoria Daisy, and today we are going to be recapping everything that happened last night on Saturday night's main event. Now, Saturday night's main event was a very interesting show for many reasons. But before we dive deeper, don't forget to follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms. Follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. But let's finally get in. So, one thing I will say is they did open the show with a really cool video package celebrating the history of Saturday night's main event, which was cool. Now, a bit of a hot take is the fact that I feel like Saturday night's main event is kind of pointless. I don't know if they're just trying to rack up more views or what the scenario is, but the last Saturday night's main event wasn't terrible. It wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't terrible. And same thing with this one. It wasn't spectacular, wasn't terrible. Speaking of something that wasn't terrible. No, I'm kidding. We are going into the very first match of the night. We've got the Women's World Championship on the line. Rhea Ripley defending her title against Nia Jax. Now, let me just say, this was a fantastic match in my opinion. Now, of course, I'm biased because, I love Rhea. So, of course, I'm going to think it's fantastic. No, I'm being dead serious. Honestly, impeccable action. Like, truly, I haven't seen this good of a match from Rhea in a minute, and I'm being dead serious. Like, I really felt like she gave her all there was just a lot of fun moves that kept the crowd was super into it. So that was really awesome. And like I just said, I was so shocked by how phenomenal both of these women wrestled. They both are so good, but this was honestly a really good performance. And I saw a lot of people crapping on Saturday night's main event, which I don't know. I kind of just take it for what it is. We can't really change the fact that it's a 2-hour show. We can't change the fact, we just can't change anything. And so, you can either cry about it or you can enjoy it for what it is. And that's what I did, except for the ending of the main event, which we'll get to at the end of the episode. But like I said, it was just a lot of fun, lots of intense moments. I always praise Nia for her storytelling and her character, and I think that's something she does just so well. It's like one of her top traits, and of course she brought that to the match. And Rhea, being just the absolute queen powerhouse that she is, she brought a lot. She brought a lot to this match, and it does not go unnoticed. But in the end, Rhea Ripley did retain. Now, while this match was low-key pointless, like, let's think about it. There was no real story there. Okay? Nia got moved to Raw, and that was really it. She said, I'm going after Rhea, and they had a match. That's literally what happened. Regardless of the fact that it was pointless, it was still a banger, and I'm so glad that it happened. But now we have to start wondering, what is next for Rhea Ripley? This upcoming week is the Royal Rumble. A week from yesterday is the Royal Rumble. So we're now 6 days away, whatever. It's coming. And obviously whoever wins that is most likely going to go after Rhea. If not, they'll go after Tiffany, but I'm sure they'll go after Rhea, whoever it is. And now we have to wonder, what's next to Rhea? Who's her next opponent? Well, mainly who's her opponent at WrestleMania, which is what we all want to know. Now, obviously, this week is the go home show, as we like to call it. So Monday Night Raw will be the go home show for the Royal Rumble, and same with on Friday, mainly on Friday, but Raw is getting its own go home show. And yeah, Rhea should cut a promo. If my wrestling formulas are correct and my equations are correct, she should be cutting a promo, but we shall see. Moving right along into the second match, another pretty quality match. We had the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Braun Breaker defending his title against Sheamus. Now, we know that this story has been boiling for quite a while, and I thought it was honestly a really cool match. There was a lot of intensity. We know Braun Breaker and his crazy spears. There was so many insane moves. I think that this was definitely a must watch. So if you didn't get to watch Saturday night's main event, I'm sure they'll upload it to YouTube, or I think on Peacock. If you have it, you can rewatch it. Phenomenal match. Definitely would recommend to go watch. Both of these men are absolute powerhouses, both of them. They put on such a good fight. It was crazy. And I really thought that this was a strong showcase for both Braun and Sheamus. Sometimes Braun and Sheamus separately get booked for kind of wonky matches, but I thought that this was a really good, we can take him serious type of match, and I was so happy that Braun got to defend. He hasn't defended in a minute, so I was really happy, and also for Sheamus to get, a title opportunity. I thought that was great. So overall, I really loved this match. Thought it was, like I said, a great way to book them, but just like I said for Rhea, we gotta question and wonder what is next for Braun Breaker, especially when it comes to WrestleMania. Is he gonna drop it before WrestleMania, at WrestleMania, or after? We don't know, because he's not the top champion of the company. Nobody's fighting for his title in the sense of, I need to win the Royal Rumble or I need to win the Elimination Chamber in order to have that match at WrestleMania. So I really wonder, what is his next program going to be? What is his next feud going to be? And I'm going to assume we'll find that out either this week or the week after Royal Rumble. So I think that's going to be very interesting, and I'm very, very intrigued to see what happens there. I think there's a lot of really good feuds that he can get into, so many still that he has yet to discover. But moving right along into the highly anticipated contract signing for the Royal Rumble ladder match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Now, I wasn't really sure how they were going to do this contract signing. This wasn't a PLE, but it also wasn't just a regular weekly show. It's kind of like a little special show. So with that being said, there's no backstage segments, there's no multiple promos, it's just matches, and then there was this. So I was curious to see how they were going to do that. Now, it went down a lot better than I anticipated. So let's get into it. So Cody, first of all, he's such an icon. Okay, Cody's just an icon. So HBK came out, then Kevin, then Cody. And when he came out for his entrance, there was ladders all around to, symbolize the fact that this was a contract signing for a ladder match. And Cody literally climbed up a ladder that was down the entrance ramp. He placed his title belt on the top, and he did his whoa on top of the ladder with fireworks and pyro going crazy behind him. It was epic, and it was such a baddie moment for real. I loved it. So then finally, when both of them get in the ring, Shawn Michaels starts laying out the ground rules. He's like, this is what the match is, this is what the contract says, blah, 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 blah. So both Cody and Kevin were very, and I mean very, sassy to one another while signing this contract and during the whole segment, to be honest. But right before Kevin signed after Cody, Kevin was hesitating a little bit to sign. And so he got on the mic and said that Cody pissed him off by what he said on SmackDown last night. Kevin said that he cared more about their friendship than Cody did. He also said, and I quote, "I'm not the one who left when times got hard." Now, when he said that, the whole crowd popped. I popped. What a way to clock him. I mean, I think a trend that we've seen, especially with Cody, CM Punk, guys like them, I really love when the opposing wrestler gets to have that moment to really clock them with that line. I mean, we know that Seth Rollins has clocked the Punk with that line, and it has just been amazing. Then, I gotta say, Kevin's delusion really is amazing. It is hysterical. This whole, I'm gonna win, I'm the true full rightful champion, whoever wins Royal Rumble is gonna face me, like that whole thing is so freaking funny. And he continued out that little bit during the contract signing. It was amazing. So Shawn told Kevin that backtrack. Kevin signed the contract. Then Shawn Michaels told Kevin Owens that he sounded jealous, and Kevin got mad. So whatever. Then they took a quick pause from that. They took the titles, they hung them over the ring, and then, just like we all, or not all suspected, I saw, who said this? It might have been, I don't remember what creator had said it, but they said that they thought that Shawn Michaels was going to give Kevin Owens sweet chin music, and I wasn't sure if that was going to happen. So, but then here's when I knew it was going to happen. Kevin gave a cheap shot to Shawn Michaels, and I said, oh hell yeah, it's coming. And it did. Shawn Michaels gave Owens a sweet chin music, and it was amazing. And I just gotta say, I thought that was a I thought it was a solid, strong segment, if you will. Nothing out of this world, but definitely a lot more than I expected. I don't know what I was expecting, to be quite honest with you. I was making it sound like I expected nothing, but that's kind of what I expected. Nothing. I wasn't sure how they were going to do it, like I said, since it wasn't a PLE and it wasn't like a Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown situation, but I thought they did really good, and I feel like they got me very hyped for the match, which definitely means that they did what they needed to do. And I thought it accomplished the goal. I thought it was great, and it was fun to see HBK, and I enjoyed it. Like, there was no critiques I have to say. I mean, it's a contract signing, not a match. What are you going to do? But then we go into one of the matches that I was really looking forward to for last night, and that was Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. Now, let me just say, I had expectations for this match, but in my opinion, this fully exceeded them. This was a fantastic match. It delivered in ways I never thought it could, and that might sound dramatic to some people, but this was truly a powerhouse versus powerhouse match. Hopefully through this match, though, this means we're getting a Braun Strowman push. You know, I'm a big fan of him. He's a great guy. I actually met him. When did I meet Braun Strowman? I met Braun Strowman 2 years ago at the San Antonio airport on my way to the Royal Rumble. Is that when I met him? I believe so. Or on the way back. I don't remember. But I met him 2 years ago. Super nice guy. Definitely deserves everything that he's super great guy and definitely deserves the push. And I don't know. He's getting provided with opportunities and big matches on big shows. So I really hope this is the start of something new for Braun Strowman. It was also really nice to see Jacob in singles action, proving that he can wrestle alone and outside of his family. Since, you know, even though Tama Tonga did go out with him, he didn't get involved in the match, which I loved. Okay? Now, one critique I do have to say, I wasn't happy with this ending or the main event, and I will talk about that right now. So, Jacob ended up throwing the ref out of the ring, which obviously equals in a disqualification, which means there was no true winner for this match. Now, I don't know if that means we're going to expand on this feud between Braun and Jacob, but I didn't like the ending. I wanted a clean win, a strong ending, but I guess they thought otherwise. And then Braun was excessively bleeding, like out of his mouth. And that didn't stop Jacob from continuing on and punching him and doing all the things. And that makes me believe we're going to see more from this rivalry. I mean, I think if it was a clean pin and it was just a low key, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it wasn't that bad of an ending. Now that I'm low key thinking about it, because like maybe this is setting up another match at another show. I don't know. Who knows? But even though, this is what I wanted to point out. Even though Jacob Fatu is the heel in this storyline, tell me why the crowd was chanting Fatu, his last name, at the end after he beat up Strowman. I'm sorry, he's the heel. Why the hell are you chanting for him? Now, I have always been public about the fact that I love heels. I cheer them like they're baby faces. I love heels. I always have, always will. So that's not out of my nature, but for general WWE fans, why are you cheering a heel? That really shouldn't happen, because then that means he's not doing his job well enough. So then we transition on into the main event. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Gunther defending against Jey Uso. Now, oh my goodness gracious. When will Jey get his moment? So it was a great match. I thought it was, or not a great match. I'll take that back. I thought it was a good match. Okay. It was a classic battle between power, strength, speed. Great. Very fun, cool action. There was a lot of "this is awesome" chants. I mean, Jey was giving it his all. But unfortunately, in the end, it wasn't enough because Gunther won. And I honestly had my delusions. I had my delusions that Jey was going to win. And they were teasing it a lot at the end. There was a lot of close calls. And so I was like, oh my God, is Jey actually going to win it? And there was multiple times he hit his finisher. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. But another opportunity to become champion, and Jey fell short. That hit hard. That was a hard pill to swallow, to know that Jey did not walk out of San Antonio as World Heavyweight Champion. Now, I feel like for that type of a moment, it really shouldn't happen at a Saturday night's main event, but you never know. Now, what episode was it? Yesterday? Oh no, my preview for Saturday night's main event 2 days ago. I said that they need to strap the title on Jey soon before his high goes low, if you will. he needs to ride this wave. But part of me thinks that, like, just like LA Knight, like, this dude has been over for like 3 years straight. Crowd hasn't got tired of him. So I'm hoping that that's the same for Jay. I just don't want them to wait too long. So I wonder, will he have another match at WrestleMania? I don't know. Will he win Money in the Bank Elimination Chamber? I don't freaking know, but I hope. I really hope so. But that was it. That was the show. 4 matches, 1 segment, short and sweet, 2 hours on NBC and Peacock, and that was Saturday night's main event. My overall thoughts is it was a solid show. Nothing like fantastic, but nothing terrible. It was kind of just like, I don't know. It just was a normal show. It was a wrestling show that had wrestling on it, if you will. I do have to say my match of the night, and this is me being semi-biased, was Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. And I know I kind of praised other matches a little bit more, and I had more notes and things to talk about for them. But honestly, like, I feel like Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax was just a match I could sit down, relax to, kick up my feet, and watch. Like, I really enjoyed it. And, like, having Rhea kick off the show is so iconic. Okay. One complaint though is the fact that there was only one women's match, and you guys know how I feel about this. Like, why? This isn't 2016. This isn't 2018. Like, this is 2025. We need more women on the shows. But whatever. I would probably rate the show like a 7 out of 10. So kind of high, but not too high. I don't know. It feels like the sweet spot for it. Again, great way to get us excited for the Royal Rumble. I just wish there was more content. But I will say, for what we got, it was good. So not much to complain about. It's kind of just like, take it with a grain of salt. Take what you can get. Enjoy what you got. Like, it's really not that deep. If this was a PLE, I'd be livid and fuming. If this was a Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, I'd be the same reaction like I am right now. Like, kind of just whatever. It wasn't necessarily a huge show, but it definitely was a show. But those were my thoughts. That was my recap of Saturday night's main event. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely comment down below in the comment section your thoughts. If you're listening on Spotify, the comment box. Unfortunately, Apple Podcast does not have a comment section. So if you want to let me know your thoughts, you can comment them on my Instagram post. I have one previewing Saturday night's main event, so we could chat there. Or you could join my broadcast channel, which is where we chat wrestling literally every day. It's amazing. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of Champion the Passion. Don't forget to follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms. Follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Don't forget to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.